Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. I'll be showing you how I do my SNS nails from home, or dip nails. So firstly, you need to remove old dip nail. So you have to file off that first shiny layer to be able to use the acetone to soak through, then to soak the SNS off. Once you have finished giving those a good file, you can get some cotton wool and soak it in acetone. And I just got this from the chemist. And then you're going to put that on the nail and wrap it in alfoil to secure the cotton wool. And I also think the alfoil sort of conducts heat, which makes the acetone work much faster and more effectively. But I should also add that I am no expert, I am not a beautician, and I have no idea what I'm doing other than following what I have learned from other YouTubers and also from the instructions in the dip nail kit. I then let the nails soak in the acetone for about 15 minutes. And as you can see, it kind of just peels off with the file after the time's up, and sometimes you might need to re-soak them again for a little bit longer as it keeps penetrating those layers down. Next, I file all of my nails so it helps the dip polish adhere to the nails and last longer, and I also shape them a little bit. Then all you're going to simply do is follow the instructions that come with your kit, and all the bottles are labelled number 1 to 6, number 1 being the primer that I'm using here that balances the pH of the natural nail to enhance the nail surface adhesion. And I forgot to push my cuticles back. This is really important because if any of the adhesive sticks to them, it can be really quite uncomfortable and even painful. Now you're simply just going to follow the instructions in the kit, and you're starting with number 2 bottle, which is the base coat, and as you can see, sometimes it gets a bit stuck, so you need to use the brush cleaner, which I think might be bottle number 6. But anyway, it came unstuck. So you're going to apply it to 3/4 the length of the nail, not right to the cuticle, because you don't want it built up really thick there, and we'll work our way back to the cuticle. You're going to brush parallel to the nail so the bristles don't poke or indent the powder. And after each application with the base coat, make sure you're covering the nail edges as well for longer lasting nails. And when you're dipping into the clear powder to start for the base, make sure you dip at a 45-degree angle and pull straight back out. Don't push the nail against the powder. Then you're going to repeat this for every single nail. You're going to do 1 base coat on each, and you're tapping off the excess as you pull your finger out of the powder, and then you will use the brush at the end to brush off any excess before we go into our next layer. Also, quick tip, you can see there I just had to wipe a bit of the adhesive off of my cuticle before I dipped it in the powder, so make sure you do that, because once you dip it in the powder it sort of sets it hard. Next, you're going to repeat the exact same process again, this time though using a colour powder rather than the clear base coat. So I'm using white dip powder for these nails. And now I'm going in with a second coat of the coloured powder. Make sure this time though that you are getting closer to the cuticle and making it really neat and shaped well around the cuticle area. So this is our 4th coat of dip powder, and this time you're going back to the clear powder. So you've got clear, then 2 layers of colour, and then 1 final layer of clear powder. Now I'm just filing and shaping the nail, so you even file it on top and make sure that it's nice and rounded and even. Personal preference, but going thinner towards the cuticle. And then you're simply going to use an alcohol pad, or I used rubbing alcohol on a gauze pad to wipe off the excess dust. Now we're going to use bottle number 3 to apply a layer of activator and then wipe it with a lint-free cloth. Now using bottle number 4, the top coat, apply the top coat with quick thin strokes for the first layer, allowing the top coat to air dry, and then follow that with a second layer of top coat, which you can take more time making sure it's neater and it doesn't have to be so thin and quick, and then let it air dry for 2 minutes. Ta-da! I'm really happy with how they turned out. The kit I'm using, if you're interested, is by Tamika. I hope I'm saying that right. I got it off of Amazon. I'll link it in the description box below. It came with 3 other colours, and I'm just finishing this off with bottle number 5, the Cuticle Nourish Oil. And if you found this helpful and liked this video, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel for more videos like it. Thanks, guys.